from SavvyVegetarian.com. Welcome to my brother's kitchen here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Today I'm going to make some simple fried rice for lunch. It calls for cooked brown rice, you can also use white rice, carrot, celery, optional onion, garlic, jalapeno or red peppers, cumin, coriander, paprika, and cayenne, and a little turmeric. It also calls for soy sauce and lime juice, plus parsley or cilantro. So this recipe is kind of a clean out the fridge Mexican, Indian, Asian fusion. I like it heavy on the veggies and light on the rice. You can use 2 or 3 cups of cooked rice. That serves about 4 people. To make it a one-dish meal, add some chickpeas, baked or fried tofu, roasted nuts or seeds. So let's get started making simple fried rice. I've got my pan turned on low, adding a tablespoon of olive oil. You can use less or more, just as you like. Now I'm going to chop some garlic. I've got my garlic peeled and removed the center stem. I'm going to mince it fine. That looks good. I'm using half a jalapeno. I go a little conservative on the hot taste. Seeding it. Cut it in thin strips, then in thin pieces. Now if you're using onion, chop it first, fairly fine, and saute it until it starts to get soft. Then add all the other veggies. Set my garlic and jalapeno aside and have at this carrot. I'm going to cut it lengthwise in 4 pieces. Then cut it in thin slices. My celery, cut off the ends, slice it in 4 lengthwise, then in thin slices. Keep your fingers tucked back out of the way. I'm going to add all that to the saute pan. You can make this in a frying pan, in a saute pan, a Dutch oven, anything that works for you, as long as it's a fairly shallow pan. Saute that until it's heated through and the garlic is soft. I've got my heat on medium-low for this. May need a little more heat here. So I turned it up to medium. Chopping the asparagus to add it now. I cut off the tough stems, cutting it in 1-inch pieces. This has been frying for about 5 minutes. It's starting to get brown. So now it's time to add the asparagus, if you're using asparagus. Otherwise, at this point, you would add the spices. It's going to give the asparagus a light fry. Now I'm going to add my spices. Just frying the spices until they're heated through. That brings out the full flavor and gets rid of any raw or bitter taste. Now I'm adding just a little water. I've covered them and I'm going to let them steam for 5 minutes on medium. While that's happening, I'm going to chop my parsley. You can also use cilantro. Let's see how these are doing. Looking good. Add the frozen peas. Almost all the water has evaporated. I'm going to let the frozen peas cook for a minute. Turn it down slightly. I've got a tablespoon of soy sauce here. I'm going to squeeze in half a lime. Okay, let's throw that in. And the rice. Throw that in with the vegetables. Alright. Add the parsley and the tofu. And you can use a whole pound of tofu if you want to. I use half a package. I used extra firm tofu. Then I pressed it, then marinated it with soy sauce, and fried it in a little coconut oil in big pieces. Then when it was fried, I cut it up. I'm going to let it sit on low for 5 minutes, just until everything is heated through. Let's see how we're doing. Just give it a stir. That's looking good. I'm ready to eat. How about you? Let me dish some up for you. And me. Here's my simple fried rice, just the way I like it. Loaded with veggies and flavor. a true Mexican, Indian, Asian fusion dish. Thank you for joining me to make simple fried rice. I know I am going to enjoy eating this for lunch. I hope you enjoy it too. See you next time here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest.